Hey, it's you, you're back.
Hey, it's you too.
Oh my gosh. Hey, we're both back. Hello. Welcome back to this week's Trader Joe's Taste Test, where we are trying something really fun. And if you can tell, the vibe is kind of purple because we got this new Empress Purple Gin, and we're doing a special video this week because this is a recipe within a taste test. So get your pen and paper ready in case you want to jot this recipe down. I'm sure you will once you see it. And we're trying some really fun foods. I made a whole dang pizza for this taste test. This is the cauliflower crust we're gonna be trying. We mixed some bolillo with some tabbouleh. We're getting wild over here. And we have, one fall beverage we're gonna try this week. So.
And some ice cream.
Oh, and some oat ice cream. So, yes, we're gonna go ahead and get right into it. But first, give this video a thumbs up and subscribe, and let's get to it.
Right. Ooh, baby, just hold tight. We're up the moonlight. Believe in the magic.
All right, it's the dog's turn to try the pumpkin maple bacon flavored stuffy dog treat seasonal. And let's see who wants one. Luna, do you want one? Harlow. Harlow, you little turd. Here you go, Luna. Good girl. Sunny, your turn. Good girl. Were those good? I think the dogs give 2 paws up. All right, so we have this pizza just staring at us in the face. Should we take a bite?
I think we should devour it.
Okay, let's devour.
It looks really good.
This is the new gluten-free cauliflower crust. It replaced the old one at Trader Joe's, and I just topped it with some Rao's marinara sauce and the pizza cheese and a little parm on top.
And I'll just say the texture feels a whole lot like a normal crust, not like a cauliflower crust. So it holds up pretty well from a consistency standard.
Sorry, I took a bite while you were talking. I didn't realize we weren't trying it together. Wow.
This is good.
Way better than the last one. The last one had a lot of instruction. Like, you had to cook it first, then you had to like flip it, cook it again, flip it, like put sauce on it. This one, you just let it sit out 5 to 10 minutes before you put your toppings on. Cook it in the oven for, I think I did 11 minutes, and it came out perfect. Tim's chowing down, and he's the picky one in the group, so it must be good, but it does have like more of a doughy texture. It's a little thicker. It's not so like thin, and I feel like the other one was a little more crispy.
I don't know. It might have been, but this one, you actually put the toppings on and then you put it into the oven. Mm-hmm. The first one, the last one, the old one they used to have, you would have to cook just the crust and then put your toppings on. And I think you put it in, cooked it, flipped it, cooked it, and then put your toppings on, mm-hmm. and then cook the toppings. Mm-hmm. This one is like a traditional crust. You put your sauce on the crust, you put your cheese on, you put your toppings on, then you just put it in, you put your right hand in, you put your right hand out, and you shake it all about. This one just seems easy. I have a little bit of that like cauliflower texture that the last one has. You're not going to get away from it. You're making it out of cauliflower, but it's a lot more, the consistency and the flavor, a lot more like a traditional wheat crust.
I agree. One thing I will say that I did notice as I took a couple more bites is it is a little on the dry side. Definitely use a lot of sauce. We have plenty of sauce on here, so I feel like that sauce really does balance it, but you can taste it. You can taste that it tastes a little dry, and so get saucy with this pizza. But other than that, like the taste, the flavor, it tastes great. I personally don't taste much of the cauliflower at all. So I guess I'm probably a little bit less sensitive to it just because I enjoy cauliflower and you don't really like
it's a subtle taste. It's not very overpowering.
Okay, yeah, not like the last one. You're like, I'm eating cauliflower right now. This one tastes so much more like a real wheat dough, and it just is a little dry. So that's all I say. That's all I'm saying about it. But it's delicious nonetheless.
Yeah, for sure.
All right, we're gonna try the non-dairy oat beverage in the maple flavor. This is the fall seasonal drink that comes out. This one just came out really early this year. Whoa. Lost the cap. Yeah, so I remember last year not like loving this. Do you remember?
I don't really like like maple. It kind of tastes a really like strong maple syrup type of flavor is what I remember.
Pancake.
Yeah, and it was almost like too much. So, and it's also oat beverage. I'd prefer almond, but you know, we'll see how it goes.
I went for the cap, and the cap's on the ground, so
Yeah.
I'll have to get that in a second. But you can already smell it the second you open it. It's just a strong smell.
Yeah, it's super mapley. So
Yeah,
it
is very mapley.
I don't think it's bad. I think it tastes like
No,
maple
it's
syrup
not bad.
oat beverage.
Yeah, I feel like this is something that actually you could probably add just plain old oat milk to this to water it down a bit. And just because this flavor is intense, it's like a strong maple flavor. And if you're not like wanting to drink, it almost tastes like you're drinking syrupy milk kind of, which I think people probably love because it's kind of like milk in cereal, you know, a cereal kind of situation, but this is maple. So if I were to drink this again, either over ice or add some more oat milk just to, you know.
Can I say something absolutely absurd?
Are you gonna put it on a pancake?
No. It just reminds me so much of the smell of fog that comes out of a fog machine like during Halloween. It's absurd.
What in the world?
Yeah.
Okay.
Just watch when we set up the Halloween decorations and
I
you
know
have the
that. I
fog
do
kick
know that
out,
smell,
you're gonna be
but-
like, that reminds me of something. Boom. The maple oat beverage.
You're silly.
It is a silly thought, but
It is. I know last year some people use this to bake with and they made some really cool things, and every year people come up with all these really fun ideas with products like this. So if you want to get it to experiment, I say go ahead. It's out at Trader Joe's right now, but it is seasonal, so you might want to get a jump on it and get it quick. We don't know how long it's going to last, but it'll probably be around for a couple weeks, if not a month or two. So yeah, I mean, take it or leave it. It's like one of those things that we'll buy it to try it on here and then probably never again. It will get drank in some form or another. Maybe in our coffee.
oh yeah, I think we did that last year.
I do. I
actually.
think we put it in our coffee.
Yeah.
It was actually really good with our coffee. And we have the brown sugar. We can maybe do a little mix. The brown sugar with maple, or is that too much?
I don't know, but I'm curious if there's anybody else that loves this beverage or the oat beverage, and they actually have ways of using it.
Yeah.
Let us know, because I'd love to use it in something that is the right way of using it.
Definitely. Okay, so now we are into the main event, the moment we've all been waiting for. At least Tim and I have been. I don't know about you guys, but here's the recipe. We're starting off with some fresh blackberries. I showed these in the haul, and these are from Trader Joe's. Tim, you want to show your glass?
I got one too.
We just have glass with like 4 blackberries, enough to fill the bottom. And we're each gonna take 1 scoop of some honey, and it's any honey that you have on hand. This one happens to be the Hawaiian macadamia nut blossom and multi-floral honey from Trader Joe's. So we have our little spoons here, and we're gonna just take a little scoop, and we're gonna add it to our blackberry mixture. And then we're gonna use this to stir it up, so let's keep our spoons somewhere in safekeeping. Now that we have our honey and our blackberries, we're gonna muddle it. And this is a free muddler I got a long time ago. But you're just gonna smash it down and mix the blackberries up with the honey. This is fun. I don't know if I should be wearing a white shirt, but you know.
Take out your frustrations right
I don't even have any. Benson's on a weekend with the grandparents again, so Tim and I have free reign, and it's pretty late in the day. As you can see, the sun's starting to go down, so we're enjoying a cocktail at home. Muddle that baby. Oh, let's not get the Bolella muddled. Now that we are muddled, we're gonna add some crushed ice. So I just have a little crushed ice that's melted now. It already looks pretty, like this is cute. And then we're gonna take some pineapple juice and pour the pineapple juice on top of the ice, or over the top of the ice. Did you do more ice than me? Oh, you did.
Did I?
I feel like you did.
No, it's about the same.
Okay. So we're gonna just do, I don't know, there's no really proportions, so I'm just kind of eyeballing it. It looks already so cool. I just want to drink it like this. Okay, try not to mix it up too much. Yeah.
Okay.
So now we have our blackberry and honey, our ice, and then the pineapple juice. Next up, we're gonna do a full lime in each. So we're gonna both squeeze in limes, and we're gonna completely liquefy these limes.
Okay. You said one whole lime each?
One whole lime each.
Okay.
So that's per the instruction. I thought it sounded like a lot too.
It does.
So we're gonna have real limey drinks maybe, I don't know.
It's a good lime.
It is a good lime. I'm afraid to do too much. Should we just do a half?
I don't know.
Or should we do a whole? It says add the
says...
juice of 1 fresh squeezed lime. Let's just do the recipe. Recipe, we're following it. I found this just online. I just Googled like recipes for this Empress gin, and this one came up and it looked so pretty I couldn't pass it up. So, okay. Now we've got the squeeze of lime in there, and this already looks so pretty. Like such a pretty drink already. Next it says to pour a generous amount of tonic water in here. So
leave some room for the gin now, honey.
I am.
All right.
The gin's going on the top, so let me see. Okay, perfect. So here we go. This is what it looks like. It's very purple now. This is so Halloween-y. And then the last step is to pour some gin in this bad boy. And this is the Empress gin. And
so the cool thing, if you didn't watch the haul, this gin is purple.
It's reactive.
But when it mixes with
oh my
lime
gosh.
or citrus, that it turns a different color, right?
Yeah, it's citrus.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. So you can see this color. It is matching our shirts perfectly. Oh wow, look at how purpley you got yours. I guess pouring it closer to the top, huh?
Yeah, that's what I was trying to do. Trying to get the layers.
Tim just schooled me a bit and showed like if you pour it a little closer to the top, the purple color, can you hold yours up? The purple color kind of sits on top a little bit, so you can see it better. But here's our cocktails, and you can obviously garnish with some more blackberries. So we're stirring it up, getting all that yumminess on the bottom completely mixed in. Can't wait to try this. Look at this beautiful drink.
This is an interesting drink. I wonder how it's going to turn out.
You know, it's not that hard either to make. That was pretty simple. It's just like a lot of steps, but not bad.
It's the fresh fruit, I think, that's going to set this one apart. Wow.
It's limey though. It's limey.
It's very pineapple-y, I think. Like, I like the pineapple juice flavor.
Yeah, I taste that too.
Gin normally has a very, like, earthy flavor to it, but I don't get that at all. I get more of a fruitiness than an earthiness. And it kind of just maybe brings out more of that fruit flavor.
Yeah. I mean, this is it's an interesting drink. Something I haven't ever had before. And it's interesting. When I first tried it, I was like, this reminds me of Hawaii. It's probably the pineapple. But then I tasted the citrus, the lime, and I was like, wow, this is very limey too. So all said and done though, really good drink, really refreshing, and delicious.
I agree.
So honey, do you think we should make these for our Halloween party?
Yeah, definitely.
These are cool, right?
Yeah, I feel like we can probably make some like eyeball ice cubes or something, make it extra eerie, but they taste very good.
Yes, and this purple is so perfect and so
Halloween-y.
fun. So it doesn't have to be Halloween. If you're having a girl's day, a boy's day, a spouse day, a friend day, I don't know, any day, then you can make this drink. It's easy and fun. Okay, now we're moving back onto the food. So I mixed a little of the, I keep wanting to say tzatziki, the tabbouleh and the balella, and I just dumped it into the balella container. So I'm gonna just try a little bite. And
is this called tabbouleh?
Wow, that is a tongue.
Tabbouleh?
Sounds like tabooty.
Tabbouleh, tabbouleh.
Mmm. Okay. I like the combo. Yeah, we're sharing a fork. It's all right. We're married. All right, Tim, how do you like it?
I think it's okay. Now, there's like a flavor in there that makes me feel like it tastes like mustard.
It's probably vinegar.
Is it vinegar? My favorite.
There's no mustard in here.
No, I know. I know there's no mustard, but...
Yeah, it's vinegar.
Mustard or pickles or... There's something that that I'm like okay with, but you love it, right?
Mm-hmm.
So you'd be the one to like this one more anyways.
Yeah. I like it because I really like the Balilla, but adding the tabbouleh mix to it gives it a little bit more of a crunch, and there's a lot of flavor and different textures going on in my mouth, which I like because the garbanzo beans or the chickpeas in here are soft. So when you bite into that, you're like getting more of a soft, kind of, you know, mushy kind of texture in your mouth. But when you add the tabbouleh, it has a lot of the, I think this is like parsley or something chopped up in here. And then it has the wheat, whatever wheat pasta they use in here. And it just gives it a better, like a really good combination of the crunch and the chewiness of the garbanzos and the freshness of all the greens and the tomatoes in here. So I think it's great. I love it.
I like Balilla as it is versus the mix.
Oh, really? You don't like the mix?
I don't remember what the tabbouleh's like, but I like Balilla better than the mix between tabbouleh and Balilla.
Okay, and the last thing we're trying is the very chocolatey with fudge brownie oat non-dairy frozen dessert. And they're just bringing out ice creams for us left and right. Not
Very
gonna complain about it. Do you want to dig in?
It is very chocolatey, yes.
It is. There's I think there's like brownie chunks in here too, which tell me if you get a chunk. Oh, there it is.
Oh, I missed out on
I'm gonna get it. I'm gonna get the chunk. All right, here we go.
I'm getting some chunk too. Oh.
It kind of tastes like protein powder a little bit. Did you get that vibe?
Yeah, and like back in the day, do you remember like your chocolate popsicle, chocolate popsicles?
Mm-hmm.
It's like that.
Like a vegetable?
Yeah, like a fudgesicle. But just
That's
not.
good though. I like fudgicles. You didn't like them?
I mean, I did, but like fudgesicles were better than this, I think.
Yeah.
I don't know.
So it's interesting because there's definitely like a flavor in here I'm not the biggest fan of. It tastes, I don't know if it's the oat or it's a chocolate. It does taste a little proteiny, chalky to me. The chewy brownie is interesting. I don't know if I like it or not. And maybe my manager is playing a role because when he took a bite, he said it reminded him of Play-Doh. And that may have scarred my mind. But the chocolate flavor of it's okay. I mean, they've done better. They've done better ice creams at Trader Joe's that are non-dairy for sure. I just think this one it's missing something, or there's too many ingredients. There's one or the other. Something about it is just slightly off. Still gonna eat it. Still like it enough to eat it. It's not gonna go in the trash or be gifted to somebody. But it's not my favorite, and I would never buy it again.
I don't like it. I'm just flat out. I don't know if it's like the oat beverage that they make it out of, oat milk or whatever, but I would rather have the real deal. I'm not a fan of this one, so I'm kind of bummed. I was looking forward to it, but it's just like it just didn't hit the mark today, and that's okay. And honestly, Play-Doh's not far off. Like when you said that,
I know it kind of isn't. It's kind of a weird brownie texture, and I know it's probably hard to have like brownie and chocolate, but nevertheless. But that's it for this week's video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you did, give it a thumbs up. I'm hoping you're all subscribed by now because like I said, next week we are really digging our heels into the fall stuff. We're going to have I think it's going to be a pumpkin explosion. And you know my hauls are they go off. So I hope you guys are ready for that. And that's it. I hope to see you guys next week in that video, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye.